Hello, gorgeous souls. I am so pleased that you are here with me today. So, before we begin, I just want to take a quick second because I have seen that my subscriber number is going up. I am having some new faces here with me in this space that have decided to join the little soul family that I am creating here at Aeipathy. So I just wanted to say hello. I'm happy to have you. It means a great deal to me to have every new soul here that chooses to join us and to connect. And I'm just I'm filled with thankfulness because this is, of course, this means a lot. I am doing this work with the hope that with the hope to reach the widest amount of the collective that I can. And so every time I see the numbers climbing and the reception from others and the increased engagement, it just means a lot, and again, that's an even energy exchange as well for me putting out these readings, is to receive that feedback and to get those good vibes headed my way as well. So I'm feeling great this morning. I saw that, and I'm growing slowly but steadily, and I'm so excited. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope you will enjoy your time. I have lots of pick a card readings. I have lots of playlists with pick a card readings. And in addition to that, I plan to put out much more. So stay along for the ride. It's going to be fun. We have probably one of the most comprehensive readings I'm going to be doing. I haven't done this reading yet today, that I'm going to be doing today, I should say, but it's something that I feel the collective could use. So I've gotten some inspiration from a few readers that I watch. I want to take a look at, what is going on in your connection with your person. So we're going to actually get really in depth. We're going to view your energy versus your person's energy, what's going on collectively between you, sort of in the shared energy. We'll get some guidance for you as well, starting off with tarot, of course, getting oracle. We're going to do a whole bunch of things. We're even going to get messages from your person. There's a lot going to be going on in this reading today. So with that said, I have 3 piles for you as always. Pile 1 is going to be the Lucine Tarot, the Twilight edition, and that is going to be with the rose quartz. Pile 2 is the Tarot de Carlotydes with the raw piece of aquamarine. And pile 3 is the Midnight edition of the Lucine Tarot with Iolite. Go ahead and take a second to reflect over each of the piles, whichever one is drawing you in most or calling to you most. I will see you in a moment over at your pile for your reading. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose this fabulous piece of rose quartz. Alexa, no matter what I do, she always tries to interrupt. Anyway, I have to say too that was Alexa yet again, but hopefully she stops. Maybe I should stop saying her name. Pile 1 always seems to get the most interruptions from her, so apologize for that. But at any rate, ready to begin. So you have chosen again this gorgeous piece of rose quartz, the Lucine Tarot. This is the Twilight edition, the lighter version, which is just stunning. An independently created deck that I've been using all summer, I believe all summer, and it's just perfect. We have more space today. I don't know if you noticed, I have a slightly different setup. So if you've watched any of my older videos, any video leading up to this one, you'll notice that it is a little bit more spacious. Hopefully we will be able to have some more room to work and to, excuse me, and to be able to get a good bunch of cards out. We're going to be using a lot of decks today because this is a more extensive reading, as I explained in the intro, which if you skipped it, we're going to be doing a reading today on your connection to your person, asking, your energy, their energy, the collective energy shared between you. We're going to get lots of tarot, oracle, message cards, guidance. We're going to get to the bottom of everything going on between you with your person and see what is happening. So go ahead and ready yourself for the reading. Get into receiving mode by taking a deep breath in and out. Set your intention as well with Source that you are ready to receive and you're open to receiving all of the messages that come through regarding your person today. And when you've done that, also select a sign if you feel guided to. That could be anything. It can be an animal, an object, a name, a number, anything significant to your connection that just helps to affirm the messages for you when you see it, to know that Spirit has your back and they're, wanting to come through for you to let you know that you can take in those messages as true for you because you've gotten the sign that you've requested. So we have our tarot deck, but I'm actually going to start with the Animal Messages deck. This is a newer deck that I have purchased. And I want to get an animal card for, first of all, your energy. So pile 1, what energy is pile 1 currently sitting in regarding their connection to their person? We have Owl Spirit. It's all about higher learning and wisdom. That's wonderful. Pile 1's person. What energy is pile 1's person sitting in? This one wanted to jump out. We have Bee Spirit. Been loving the bee lately. It's been following me a little bit in my readings. I've asked for it, I think, as a sign at one point in my own readings, but yeah, it just really is popping out a lot lately. So maybe that was a sign that you asked for as well. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for pile 1, the viewer. How is pile 1 feeling about this connection currently to their person? What are they feeling? What are their current emotions? We have the Ten of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Wands. Interesting energies. I think we can slide these over a bit. Okay. For pile 2's person, what are their current feelings regarding the connection? The Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Star. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure we can also get some cards for their thoughts. Let's see if we can do that, huh? So the viewer, once again, pile 1, what are their current thoughts? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I don't normally take reversals, but that came out reversed and it feels like it should be. So we have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Magician. For pile 1's person, their thoughts, High Priestess, the King of Cups. Nice that we got counterparts in the same position. And the Fool. Okay, beautiful. Hopefully you can see all of that. And for the connecting or shared energy, the collective energy occurring between you for feelings, pile 1, the shared feelings between pile 1 and their person, please. This is the Queen of the 5 Elements Oracle. We have boundaries and thoughts between pile 1 and their person. We have flames. Okay. All right. So I think what we're going to do is just start there because we're going to start there. I think you can see that the majority of the way. Again, new setup today, so bear with me as I get adjusted to having a little bit more space. But I think that this is pretty good. And of course, we'll go over all of the cards as well as we proceed through the reading. So we're going to start with the viewer. So pile 1. You're currently sitting in Owl Spirit regarding this connection, and it says, seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. Whenever I see the owl spirit card coming through, um, owls represent obviously wisdom and to a certain extent solitude. It has very hermity energy to me, and I do think that you have, as well as this person, both been exhibiting periods of introspection, solitude. Certainly that's also indicated with this boundaries card here as the collective or shared energy. I don't think these are two people who are in much contact, if at all. There's definitely a separation or space emotionally indicated here, being that that boundaries card is related to feelings. But you specifically, pile one, are very much feeling the spiritual nature of this connection more so than anything in the physical or the 3D. You're feeling very enlightened and aware. I think you're seeing and believing, the purpose, the value of this connection, but also from your independent perspective. So knowing and believing and feeling as well, trusting, I would say, the universe, that right now really isn't the time for union, although you, of course, desire that. It's a time for self focus, for self reflection, and for taking a step back and attending to your own needs. In terms of your feelings, we have the 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, which is huge, and then the 10 of Wands. So two tens flanking this Wheel of Fortune energy, which is very interesting to me. So for me, when we see the 10 of Cups, of course, this is fulfillment. This is happiness. This is being completely at peace and at ease with this situation. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is sort of this energy, it looks like, that is shifted, which is where you're feeling overwhelmed, a sense of, burden or difficulty and challenge. But we also have the Wheel of Fortune here, which, while it does represent a shifting of these energies, also tells us that you still have hopefulness. Again, from a place of introspection, from reflecting independently and understanding that right now isn't necessarily the time to come together, you still, in your own energy pile one, do feel very optimistic about reconnection or about maintaining the connection with this person, even if you guys are physically separated or not, even though you're not emotionally in the best place, you still have some very, deep and loving and amiable feelings towards this person. Now, on your person's side, they have quite a few fours presenting here, which fours in tarot and numerology are all about stability and groundedness and firm foundations. With the Four of Cups coming out first, I really believe that your person is sitting in an energy of also self-reflection. Look at how in this card, this isn't a rejection of sorts, like how it may traditionally appear in like the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. In this tarot deck, the Four of Cups is somebody who's sitting meditative, who has all four cups. None of them are being rejected or even really, paid much mind to. The person is sitting, they're reflecting, they're being still, they're at peace, and they're trying to come up with a plan or trying to decide which cup calls to them most. So I think where your person is currently sitting is honestly just, in a place energetically and emotionally where they feel reserved, the need to, again, also hold back. Again, boundaries is that shared energy between you, but also, feeling and seeing the potential that exists still in this connection. You both got major arcana cards for your feelings for one another. With you on the one end, Wheel of Fortune, and them with the Star on the other. These are two individuals who have a whole lot of hopefulness for the future of this connection, even as, again, the current energies present as a very independent sort of an energy. The Four of Cups also tells me that, again, this is likely a separation. Perhaps there was a rejection in the past. But again, you need to see this, source says, in a different light. This is not somebody who's all out, stepping away from you or desiring to be disconnected from you. This is more so just coming into self, into oneness, and regaining that alignment, needing to turn inwards to reflect, to come up with a solution, I'm hearing, to a significant problem. They see and feel, such harmony with you, such sweetness. And even with the bee spirit here, which is the energy that they're primarily sitting in, we have hard work is rewarded with responsibility and a sweetness that is shared. So bee spirit is all about, the collective. They're very communal animals. They are very much about the hive mentality. They work for the good of the entire community. They're not self-focused. So while this person may appear, at present to feel very emotionally detached, and perhaps they are to a point, again, it's self-preservation. It's a need for self-reflection, as are you, taking that same type of energy as an inspirational action to kind of turn inward. But even as that's going on, this person is still very much considering the two of you in terms of a future together, in terms of where this can go in collaboration and togetherness and union. They're still union focused with you, pile one. And of course, that's coming up right over this Four of Wands, which can actually be a relationship card. And with the Star, once again, they feel a lot of hopefulness, a lot of optimism. They want healing in this connection. Again, when I reference that they are seeking or trying to identify a solution, that's tying in for me with this Star energy, which is about somebody who wants to heal or to make right. They want to restore, balance and equilibrium and have this emotional new beginning with you. The Star to me is as beautiful of an energy as, say, the Fool. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star both presenting here, I do think you both have some really positive energy still for the other. Even though you may be separate and apart, there's still very much this passion and desire and liveliness, and just a very much open connection still between the two of you. And that's also shared in the thoughts. So the collective thoughts between the two of you is flames. So again, this idea of passion, of inspiration, of, just drivenness and motivation to eventually have things kind of come back into full balance. On your side, pile one, we have the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups that came out reversed, which is interesting. I don't read with reversals, but this was very intent on coming out reversed. We also have for you the Queen of Cups, and we have the Magician. So what this is saying is that, your thoughts currently, pile one, are to just remain, again, in this beautiful, loving, receptive energy of the Queen of Cups, open to whatever may present, again, as a divine feminine energy, most likely. Your job is to remain in that receptivity. In truth, we are all meant to be in receiving mode at all times, because that's how Source, gives us the inspiration. It gives us those insights, those intuitive, passionate, sensations that help propel us and catalyze further, momentum forward with whatever it is that we're, dealing with in life. So with you being this energy of the Queen of Cups, the thoughts here and the overall energy that's being embodied is one of, stillness, but emotional openness. You're ready for whenever this person is going to come back around. That's what you're feeling and thinking to yourself. You have this hopefulness for the connection. You're going to sit in stillness and be ready for them. The Magician, you're going to take time and act when it's ready, when you feel the guidedness to do so. And until then, you're not taking action. I think that's a very strong message with the Knight of Cups, is you're feeling absolutely not. I am not coming forward. I am not reaching out. I really don't think you have much, if at all, to this person in recent time. Again, you're just cultivating your own sense of peace, of stability, of emotional balance, and also leaning into intuition and just trusting, again, that when it's time to act with that Magician energy, you will know and feel that. And until then, you're just sitting kind of in this passionate sort of state of I don't like to say waiting, but it's sort of this energy of feeling and thinking, especially in the mindset that you're embodying right now, is very much like, I could be ready at any time. I'm guided to say as well that in truth, you're not ready just yet, which is sort of why this is obviously not flowing together, right? At the same time, though, pile one, it's very easy, to remain in that receiving mode and still be passionate and fired up and ready to go and getting yourself there, getting yourself to that Magician energy. You may not be there yet, which is perhaps also why we have this Knight of Cups positioned up, reversed, is because you're not in a state of being receptive or being open to emotionally giving of that cup yourself. Because it's reversed, there's a desire to hold back at some level. That's what you're thinking is, your thoughts are centered right now on, again, just staying reserved, holding back, leaning on intuition, and, just knowing that now is not the time to act. In terms of what your person is thinking, we have the High Priestess, we have the King of Cups, which is so interesting how we have the two counterparts situated in the same position. You both collectively think that each other kind of just lights you up, lights your fire, that there's soulmate energy here, most definitely. And with the Fool, oh my goodness, I forgot that we had pulled the Fool. So as I said up here, with the Star is their current feelings, this person is very much in this energy of optimism and hopefulness and desiring to have a new beginning with you. And then we have the Fool, which is literally them thinking, and again, kind of going over options, even as they reflect, independently and reserve themselves, pull back emotionally. They're still in this kind of decision-making mode. They're still problem solving. They're still daydreaming. They're still strategizing. They're all about this new beginning is what I'm hearing with this Fool energy. They have big, big feelings for you, and they're acknowledging this finally. They're knowing, they're leaning into their intuitive senses as well with the High Priestess, and we've got the Queen of Cups on your side. There's such mirrored energies here for you, pile one. We've got all of this spiritual, nods coming through here. We have all of these optimistic energies. We have flames and passion. We have, big, feelings in these cups energies, even though they came out as thoughts. That's almost better because that's head and heart being in a total alignment, seeing each other as counterparts, believing that each other are counterparts and that you are soulmates and that this really can work long term, that they want that new beginning with you, pile one. And I really do think that that could be possible to have that. So let's go ahead and pull a few more cards here. So let's take a look at what is shifting in your connection as a result of these energies. So what's shifting in this connection for pile one? We have the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. It's actually very, very positive. Get a clarifier for that Four of Pentacles energy. The Hanged Man. Okay. Beautiful. Let's actually just clarify them all, shall we? So, we've got the Nine of Wands for the Nine of Cups. The Hermit for the Ace of Swords. And we've got the Chariot for the Two of Swords. This is beautiful. I'm getting caught up on my words here. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle as well. This is from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. What is shifting for pile one in their connection? So on pile one, the viewer's side, we have Stranger, Curiosity, which is card 53, reduces to 8. And we had Woodwives, Adaptability. And for pile one's person, Crown Games, Right Use of Power. And Unmarked Trail, Revelation. Oh, this is so beautiful. I'm loving this. I'm really, really loving this. Let's do collective energy. What is shifting collectively for these individuals here? Oh my goodness, this is interesting. You know what? I am so big on never having any of my cards mixed up, and yet that still happened, and this is the card I pulled. First quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So we're just going to take that. That was special. That was meant for you, obviously, today. So that is quite interesting. Okay, so what is shifting for you, pile one? On your side, we have card 53, again, reduces to 8, the number of infinity. It's also a very soulmatey number to me. So Stranger, Curiosity. So what's shifting for you, pile one? Woodwives, Adaptability as well. So card 64, which reduces, of course, to 10. You had a lot of 10s come out for you. I do feel as though you're shifting from an energy of unknowingness to full trust and to adapting and adjusting to these energies as they continue to move, as that momentum builds and as things continue to shift and evolve and present themselves to you. I do think that you're going to be coming into a lot of trust, a lot of faith regarding this connection. And it says believe in your good luck also as the shared energy. And I really feel this strongly for you, pile one. I do think you're going to start seeing some positive shifts fairly soon with your person. the reason I feel this as well is because we have this beautiful Ace of Swords energy central, which as soon as I saw that, I just thought to myself, this is coming into awareness. This is coming into truth. And in truth, it is clarified by the Hermit here, which is again relating back to that owl energy we pulled for you earlier. So this is what's shifting for you all, is this idea of just, again, spiritual enlightenment, coming into truth and the reality of the situation. Again, going from curiosity into this energy of understanding, of cycle completions, and of adaptability, of strength, of change, of feeling empowered to be able to take on the shifts that occur with this connection, to move them forward into a beautiful state of prosperity and abundance. I also relate Sagittarius obviously back to Wheel of Fortune energy that we had out earlier for you. Again, this idea of good luck and positivity, which is shared on both sides of the coin here. So both of you are feeling this very big. We also have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups here. So this is tentatively working towards goals, tentatively, being open to achieving your dreams. Again, I think that when we have stranger and curiosity, this strikes me as, a timidness. And that's definitely coming through with this Nine of Wands. And yet it's still pushing forward. It's still movement forward, especially with this adaptability card that tells me with this Woodwives energy, again, the number 10, a cycle closing and moving through those energies, although they may be tentative, moving towards that goal of completion and of happiness and fulfillment, and truly a wish come true. Coming into fulfillment, coming into awareness and clarity and truth, this is wonderful. I also see this as, again, coming into enlightenment for your person. So we got a lot of, we really did get a whole lot of inclinations that your person is really, problem solving, coming into their own sense of truth, deciding what's right for them. And I do think that they are going to be taking action sooner rather than later. We have for them number 8. So another number 8, a shared mirrored energy once again. We have Crown Games, right use of power. So every time I see this card, I obviously think of the crown chakra, which is, of course, going to relate to intuition. We had a lot of cards speaking to that as well. Queen of Cups on your side, the High Priestess for them. So this is, again, coming into spiritual awareness and enlightenment and having the right use of power, knowing how to move forward. Even though they have been firmly planted with this Four of Pentacles clarified by the Hangman, they've been, positioned in such a way that they haven't moved. And I'm seeing and being drawn in this card here, card 57, which that reduces to 7, 12. So number 3, again, the idea of collaboration, creativity, and coming together. With that bee spirit energy, we have unmarked trail revelation, again, a nod to coming into clarity and truth and awareness. But also look at how these stones are perfectly, they're stationary, they're not moving, but they're perfectly balanced. And I just think so much that that's what's been going on with your person. Again, we had that Four of Cups coming out, which looked meditative and very reflective. And again, I think that was them taking time to come into truth, to balance and still themselves and come up with these solutions, these things that they needed to address and resolve within them before they could come forward to you. But what's happening and what's shifting the most is this beautiful last row, which is the Two of Swords clarified by the Chariot. And as soon as I laid this card, I knew this was coming out of a period of indecision. And again, coming into that truth with the Ace of Swords clarified by the Chariot. This is divine momentum, divine movement forward. And again, coming out of this period of, indecision, confusion, refusing to make a choice, and into, clarity and truth and inspiration and just, again, revelation. Your person is going to be finding the answers that they're needing, pile 1, and they're going to be inspired and ready to take action based upon that movement of energy that's going to be shifting. So how exciting for you all. This is wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and pull some guidance cards for you as well. What guidance does pile 1 need as we help them, support them, I should say, in moving through these energies? How can they best support their person, support their own spiritual evolution, their own journey in this connection? Pull this card very much. We have Reach for the Stars, card 48. You have barely scratched the surface. You have unlimited potential, and you are getting ready to experience this firsthand. Expansion, as I just said, card 23. You are getting ready to move up into higher levels of awareness through embracing your life experiences. And onward and upward, 43. Let go of the past so you can be present and create the future you desire. Beautiful. And I also want to get a few message cards for you from your person. They don't have to be guidance, but if it comes out kind of guidance-y, I will pull that as well. What does pile one's person want to say to them regarding this journey, this connection right now, where things currently reside energetically, how they're thinking and feeling? We have, it's easier to stay away now than lose you later. I love your sense of humor. Everything I do reminds me of you. And I find you in music. Okay. So, guidance first for you, pile one. We have reach for the stars, and every time this card comes out for me, it always makes me believe that, it's saying, and spirit is affirming for you, that this connection is far from over. It says you have barely scratched the surface. You have unlimited potential, and you are getting ready to experience this firsthand. All of these cards are referencing how there's about to be a big shift within this situation. We also have expansion. You are getting ready to move up into higher levels of awareness. You are getting ready to experience this firsthand. You are getting ready to move up. Let go of the past so you can be present and create the future you desired. Onward and upward. So all of these cards are speaking about how it's necessary to continue forward on your personal journey, pile one, because this person is definitely focused on this journey with you, this connection with you, but they're coming into their own enlightenment, their own awareness, and their own sense of empowerment regarding how to move forward in this connection. They certainly haven't forgotten about you. And again, they're very focused on union, on coming together with you again in the future. Everything I do reminds me of you. I do think that they think about you pretty much nonstop. I'm hearing that even, I find you in music, they hear a song and it makes them think of you and of your time together. I love your sense of humor. They reflect so much on memories that you've shared, and the good conversations, or the easy, pleasant, happy interactions that you've had. This person had a lot of difficulty in stepping back and stepping away. It says it's easier to stay away now than lose you later. I do think they intuitively, again, they're leaning more into intuition these days. I really think it was important for this person to actually take that step back in order for them to sort of recalibrate so that they could come back stronger and better later on. If they would have stayed, they would have just derailed, is what I'm hearing. And as I'm saying that, my throat is closing up. So I just think that they became, lost for words. They were no longer able to show up in this connection the way they wanted to. Perhaps they were just feeling very demoralized, very disempowered, demasculated in some cases, I'm hearing. And it was just easier for them to step away than to continue to sort of see this breakdown when they have so much hope for it for the future. Again, these energies, this guidance from source is all about how you just need to, these are all reach for the stars, which makes me think of obviously the sky and the universe and space, celestial energy, expansion, onward and upward. All of this is telling you that there's big shifts coming for you, pile one. You need to be eager and excited, but staying firm and still in your own spiritual evolution, in your own energy as you move through the collective, shifts with this person in this connection. Because they're coming. And you can be assured that this isn't the end of the story for you too. There's just a lot more that needs to grow and come from this. But you're definitely on your way to doing just that. So pile one, I certainly hope that this reading has been of help to you. Please let me know if you've enjoyed this. I have not, as I said in the intro, done this type of a spread before. So if this is something that has appealed to you, if it's resonated and you've enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments down below, or feel free to just like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Whatever feels, whatever calls to you and you feel guided to do. Once again, I am so thankful to have your presence here today. It's been a wonderful time connecting, and until hopefully next time, take great care, pile one. Hi, pile two. You chose this gorgeous aquamarine, and my newest tarot deck, the Tarot de Carlotydes. Today, we're going to be taking a look at your connection with your person, and we're going to be doing a slightly different spread layout than I've done previously. So if you missed the intro, I'm going to be taking a look at the separate energies of the two of you. Again, you and your person. We're also going to be looking at the shared or collective energy between you, thoughts, feelings, what's shifting, pulling, of course, tarot, lots of oracle, guidance cards, also messages from your person. There's going to be a lot here. The last reading ran me about a little over 30 minutes, so I'm expecting about the same amount of time for you. Last reading, pile 1, was wonderful, so hopefully we will have something equally amazing come through for you all today. So now that we have the tarot ready, I'm going to start with an animal message card for each of you. So for pile 2, the viewer, what energy is pile 2 currently sitting in regarding their connection with their person? We have Rhinoceros Spirit. I'll have to do some adjusting as we go as well. This is a new layout for me. And also I have a lot more space, as you can see, than I usually do. So still adjusting to how that works. For pile 2's person, what energy are they currently sitting in regarding this connection? We have Mountain Goat. It is an interesting one. I hope you can see that. There we go. Excuse me. All right. Let's also go ahead now and get some tarot out for you as well. So for pile 2, their current feelings, we have the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. For pile 2's person, their current emotional energy and feelings, please. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, okay, and the Devil. This is going to accompany a trigger warning for you, pile 2. Difficult energies here, very different from pile 1. So let's do thoughts for you, pile 2, the viewer. What are pile 2's current thoughts regarding the connection? 3 of Swords. Oh, pile 2. Judgment. And the 8 of Wands. Okay. Thoughts for pile 2's person, please. We have 2 coming out here. The 9 of Cups. The 10 of Wands. And the Lovers. Okay. From the Queen of the 5 Elements Oracle, I'll be pulling some collective or shared energy between you. So first, the shared or collective feelings between pile 2 and their person. Letting go. And the shared emotional, shared thoughts between pile 2 and their person. Collective shared thoughts. Boundaries. This also came up for pile 1, but in emotions. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, okay. Again, doing my best here with these cards that you can see the majority of them. And we'll pull more as we go as well, but this is pretty good as we get started here. So I have to say I'm already loving doing this new spread layout because it's giving me a lot more depth right from the get-go into these connections for people, and that's very helpful. Okay, so for you, pile 2, these are very painful energies. This is definitely a breakup. There's been a falling out. Things are not in a good place. And I'm seeing that on both sides. Let's begin with your energy, pile 2. You're in rhinoceros spirit. This says to still the chatter within to see your true path in life. And I do think that's overall reflective of where you're currently sitting. So the rhinoceros spirit to me is about maintaining sort of a tough exterior, while inside you may be in a less than ideal shape. It's interesting. I forgot to ask that this pile select a sign, but we do have a bird sitting atop the rhinoceros here, so that may have been a sign for you. We also, for other animals, we have, of course, the goat. We have lots more birds coming out. We have these sort of, that looks like a unicorn, that's a dog, horse, cat, like a tiger. So with this bird sitting atop this rhinoceros, again, this is a symbol of spirit. Birds are some of the most prominent signs from spirit. They're messengers. I do think overall, again, you're sitting in this energy of maybe not feeling the best. Of course, we've got the 3 of Swords in the thoughts here section. But you're not feeling the best, and yet you're trying to align with your true path, it says. You're stilling the chatter within. You're trying to regain a sense of calm, a sense of peace, and you're tuning into spirit. Again, you're hearing and receiving the messages from spirit. Now, in terms of emotions, you're feeling emotionally guided to move away from this energy that you've been dealing with your person. I think your person has been very difficult, to be quite honest with you. The 6 of Swords is all about moving on from an energy of difficulty, of challenge, of strife, moving into calmer waters, emotionally speaking. So there's been some upheaval with it coming up over this 3 of Swords energy, which is how your thoughts are currently presenting themselves. I do think that you're feeling very hurt, and as well, you're understanding that this situation does not serve you. It's not healthy for you. We have the 10 of Swords here, which is another card of an ending and a moving forward. But we have the 2 of Wands here, which is about a decision. And emotionally, I think you're struggling to make that decision to ultimately let go. On your person's side for emotions, first of all, they're in this mountain goat energy. So this says fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. Now, this card can go 2 ways, which is why it was important to pull the tarot as well. And the tarot supports here that your person kind of was in a player energy. Not kind of, they were in a player energy. There could have actually been infidelity or unfaithfulness, as it's indicated in this card, or if nothing else, this person just didn't honor you. They didn't honor your feelings. They weren't considerate of you and what you were trying to build with them. I don't think they were very much interested in an emotional attachment at all. So first we have this 9 of Pentacles energy, which is very self-focused. You can see she's very distracted. She's holding all of her pentacles that are situated between her 2 hands. She's driven and motivated by her own materialism, her own successes. She's really not looking to anyone else other than her own energy. So this is, again, a very self-focused person. This is somebody who may, with this devil energy presenting in their emotions, have a lot of negative attachments or negative behaviors. They may be coercive, have certain really destructive habits or traits that they embody when it comes to relating to you in this connection. This could look something like gaslighting, being manipulative, being very emotionally cold and distant, avoiding you at times. I do also see here with this 3 of Cups energy for their emotions, again, as they're self-focused, they also are focused on continuing to just have happiness and joy. I hate to say it, but again, outside of this connection, I do definitely get the energy again of sort of, playing the field, if you will. What's interesting about this mountain goat energy also is that it states, that goats have harems, I guess. So goats, have multiple partners or they're not monogamous animals by any means. So to have this unfaithfulness or player-like energy come out. We've got the devil presenting here, which is never going to be, a pleasant energy for feelings or otherwise. We've got this really independent, self-focused Nine of Pentacles coming out. And then this Three of Cups energy, which is an energy of carefreeness, of fun, of lightheartedness. Emotionally speaking, this is somebody that's not going into the depths. And in truth, they want to just remain either friends with benefits. They want to play the field. They want to keep their options open. As a result of this recent discord between you, and I do think there's been some type of a blow up or sort of things have come to a head between the two of you as a result of these difficult energies presenting, the shared or collective energy emotionally for both of you is letting go. I do think each of you understand that there's really not much left here in this connection. And I hate to give those messages. That's really rough. But I think, on your side, pile 2, you're seeing that this situation really doesn't serve you any longer. It's been nothing but pain and heartache and unfulfilled desires. And we, in truth, let me just say, we all always deserve to be happy. We always deserve to be happy and feel fulfilled and to get everything that we want. And, pile 2, of course, you don't want heartbreak. You don't want someone who doesn't want to commit. You're very much worthy of finding an individual who is less, self-focused and about this sexual frenetic energy, this passionate energy, this devil energy. This is not a good place to be, especially for emotions when it comes to relationships or a connection. And this is why you're feeling the need to let go. For your person, quite honestly, again, trigger warning once more, your person is almost seeing this as too much work for very little gain. And again, because their mind is elsewhere, they're really sort of feeling like it's probably best to disconnect from you as well. Not to be confused with the fact, though, that they do have feelings for you, which is very interesting. And I'll ask for more of those in a moment just to give you some peace of mind, because I don't want you to feel as though you were completely used, because I do think this person, as avoidant as they can be, and as quite honestly, fucked up as they can be, I do think that they started to have, some deeper feelings for you. And this is probably also why they circulate themselves as they do it in their social circles, perhaps, or just within their dating world. They try to keep things light and spread around, because they try to avoid those deeper feelings. But because things aren't shifting in a way that serves them also, it's kind of like they can quickly pivot their focus, and they're looking and feeling as though it's time to let go of this connection as well. On your side, pile 2, for your thoughts, you have the Three of Swords. Again, this is just feeling and seeing that there's so much pain and angst and toxicity here. Judgment coming up with this, as well as the Eight of Wands, tells me that, again, you've had a realization. You're coming to this, period of enlightenment as you sit still in your own energy, processing this grief and pain that you're experiencing. And you've come to realize that this situation pretty much has never served you, and it's really time to let go and to move forward. Again, this Eight of Wands comes up just under this Two of Wands energy, which is a decision you're currently still in the process of making. I do think that you are in the flow of releasing, but you haven't totally let go of this person. Obviously, you're watching this reading today. In terms of your person, we have the Nine of Cups energy coming out, and the Nine of Cups is coming up just underneath this Nine of Pentacles. Again, this is a very self-absorbed, self-focused energy. This person is just completely engrossed in their own needs and desires and what is best for them. Again, I hate to say that to you, but that's really the reality of where things stand. If this situation does not resonate for you, I would not advise watching this reading, because this is very painful energies. However, we also have the Ten of Wands here and the Lovers. So this is showing, at least in their thoughts, again, this is where this person mostly resides anyway. They have this devil energy that they're embodying in their emotions, and they choose and they prefer to stay focused more in their headspace anyway. So in their thoughts, it's a little bit more evident that there's some element of this bothering them, if you will. With the Ten of Wands, which is struggle, challenge, overwhelm, burden, and the Lovers, which can be a very beautiful, loving energy. It can also be an energy of decision making. Again, this is somebody who in their thoughts is thinking, honestly, this isn't worth my time. This is more trouble than it's worth. I want different things in this person. Even though I may care for them or have some feelings for them, we don't want, the same thing at all. We're on two different pages. It's probably best if I let go. So I don't know if you guys are entirely out of contact. It's not clear from these cards just specifically, but with these boundaries coming up as the shared or collective energy in your thoughts, I do think both of you are trying to give each other space. You may not be currently speaking, but it's not a true no contact. Let's say this breakup or this, argument happened on a Tuesday, and it's a week later almost, and you haven't spoken, but that doesn't ring forth for me as a true no contact because you've been in contact prior to this time. There's definitely a break in things perhaps, or a little bit of a disconnect, here happening between you, again, as you both kind of sort of sift out and suss out what's just occurred between the two of you in your connection. This feels very recent, very much still in the process or in the flow of what's currently going on. I want to go ahead though for you, pile 2, and pull some more of your current feelings, or excuse me, your person's current feelings for you, because I think it's important that you know that, especially with this Lover's energy. I want to clarify this Lover's card, please. 10 of Cups, exactly. And the Fool. 5 of Swords. So at one point in time, your person definitely had a more idealistic or hopeful and optimistic viewpoint of this connection, with it presenting as cups first and foremost. I do think that this person felt a great sense of happiness with you. The Fool energy presenting here could be a bit of ignorance or just a naivety towards love. I don't think this person's had many, if any, successful long-term relationships. So this could be an idealistic or almost foolhardy type of energy. And the 5 of Swords now, either way, this has painted things in a light for this person as like, not worth my time. Relationships aren't for me. I'm not that type of person. And it's just not worth it. It's not working. It's not, I'm just going to abandon ship. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. But for pile 2, Spirit, let's go ahead and get a couple of feelings. Pile 2. How does your person feel about you, pile 2? Ace of Wands, very sexy energy. The High Priestess. The Knave or Page of Wands. And Strength. So again, there's a lot of outward, sexy, passionate, Wands energy presenting out for you, which is somebody, of course, who mostly resides in this mountain goat, this it's a horny goat, coming out, obviously. That's so funny. But, underneath we have strength here, with strength is also depicting a naked lady, which is so ironic and interesting. But strength to me represents those deeper feelings that this person started to develop. We've got that infinity symbol right there, number 8. Oh my goodness. And are they actually there? This is card 11. Strength is card 11. It's reversed in this deck, which anyway, but we've got that infinity symbol right there. Again, this is, this person felt a deep attachment to you, but they held a lot of that back. They feel a deeper sense of feeling with you than they let on with this High Priestess energy. A lot of it's been, if not all, unspoken between you, and it's mostly been in this very, again, lighthearted, sort of sexy energy. But just know, pile 2, if that's been something that's been kind of, weighing you down or not helping, making it difficult for you to release this person did have strong feelings for you. They just held them back, and they're stopping themselves. They're not capable right now, is what I'm hearing. So just be assured there that that's not anything to do with you specifically. All right. Let's take a look at what's shifting for this connection. What's shifting in this connection for pile 2? We have the 9 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 2 of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. Clarifying these energies, the 2 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. From the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, we'll get a few Oracle cards as well. We'll get 2 for you, 2 for your person. So for pile 2, the viewer, what is currently shifting for them in this connection? Card 36 reduces to card 9, lost in space, needing direction. So you're in a period of difficulty right now, pile 2. I feel very, very sorry for you. And card 20, Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. For your person, pile 2's person, what is currently shifting for pile 2's person in this connection? Jeweled web connectivity, card 32 reduces to 5, so changes for them. And Watchers, transpersonal, reducing to card 6. What is the shared or collective shifting energy for these 2 individuals, please? Straddling worlds, wandering between realms, card 52 reduces to 7, the number of divinity. There's a lot of divine intervention taking place for you currently. Okay, so pile 2. These have been such rough energies, such rough messages to deliver to you. You're doing so well is what I want to say first and foremost. You know, again, I know you're feeling a sense of loss, and you're feeling lost in space as well, as it says, needing direction, not seeing perfectly the way forward. Again, continue to lean into Spirit, who is trying, even through your grief and your pain, to connect with you. It may be a little bit harder when you're in that energy, that low vibrational state, but just trust, you know, what's shifting is you being open to Spirit, and it feels like a surrender, giving over to this energy of just needing guidance, needing to see a way forward. A lot of energy of anxiety, depression, again, grief that you're sitting in regarding this connection. And I do see that that will continue for just a moment before shifting big, and you starting to again become illuminated to the truth of this situation and to the truth of what best serves you, pile 2. When we have the Wheel of Fortune presenting, that is a huge momentum, a huge shift of the wheel, a turning, a cyclical change on a major divine scale. You know, again, we have straddling worlds, wandering between realms, which is a card 7, the number of divinity, the number of spirit. I think for both of you, what's shifting is that you're releasing, you're making changes, but I also think you're trying to release this connection, each in your own individual way and on your own emotional scale. And it's difficult because there is shared emotion here. And that's something also that I want to share with you, is that if this person felt nothing at all, this would be no big deal to completely walk away from you. And yet I don't think they've done that. And I don't think that they're going to do that, at least not easily. This is something that they're actually avoiding, because I know that they, I know. They're not stepping away entirely because it's difficult for them. First of all, it's painful for them. As self-focused as they are, they do hate to hurt you. I do think that they care enough that they don't want to cause you more pain than they already have. And of course, stepping away completely would result in a complete disappointment, a complete heartbreak. You know, you guys have cycled through these types of energies many times, but what I'm seeing is that a complete and total disconnect would just be catastrophic at this time. And it would also feel, you know, very difficult and painful emotionally for them as well, which is why they avoid doing this. I do think that your person, at least in the immediate future, may try to present to you in a better energy. And I don't want to give you false hope, because it's very important that you, again, lean into these energies of independence, of introspection, trusting Spirit. The number 9 in numerology and tarot is all about solitude. The power of solitude, as a reader I know says. And I do think that that's necessary also with this 9 of Swords presenting for you here. This 9 energy of just resolving and releasing that anxiety. That's important for you regardless of whatever this person tries to do or ends up doing. We have also for you the Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. So again, this is you kind of sorting through, it's coming up over judgment. What is the best course of action for you? You know that you deserve better, the Feast of Plenty. Pile 2, you know that you can do, quite frankly, better than this person. I feel that very strongly, and yet it's very difficult once you're emotionally attached to release and to let go. This person's struggling to let go as well. they feel very connected to you and they want that connection to continue. I do think this is where a little bit of this shifting and adjusting comes in. We have card 32, which of course reduces to number 5, about higher learning, change, transformation, jeweled web connectivity. With this 3 of Wands energy, I do think that they're going to be strategizing and finding a way that they can maybe see eye to eye with you and come to common ground where there can be a mutually beneficial situation that occurs between you. I want to be clear, this is not likely feeling like a relationship for most of you, but this is more like, how can we continue to do what we've been doing or make this work in a sense where both of us feel a bit more satisfied and content, that there's an even energy exchange, there's more balance, there's more harmony, there's more peace, where we don't have to entirely disconnect. This is almost like this person seeing you pulling away, seeing you come, lean into self, becoming empowered, and making a last-ditch effort because they're watching. Transpersonal. Card 6, the number of unconditional love. It's also what the devil reduces down to, being a card 15. So that energy that they've been sitting in, where they've been giving you crumbs, where they haven't been, showing up for you. They haven't provided this 6 of Pentacles, this, even energetic sort of exchange and reciprocity. I think they're going to see you moving forward and they're going to get this knee-jerk reaction that they want to try and make some type of a change or difference here because they see you moving forward and they don't want that to happen. Which that's just a very difficult message for me to convey because I don't know if I entirely agree with that, and I hate to have to tell you something and give you false hope. So let's go ahead, and this is perfect time to pull the guidance for you from the Guiding Light Oracle. What is the guidance for pile 2 regarding this situation with their person? What's currently shifting, the energy that's presenting, how can they best support themselves during this time? What guidance do you have for them? So card 60, collaboration. Say yes to the exciting new opportunities and partnerships that are on their way to you now. Beacon of Light, card 63. You are a leader, teacher, and mentor for many people around you. And Conscious Living, card 59. Those healthy changes you have been meaning to make are imperative for you now. Okay. Okay. We'll also pull a few messages for your person to see if there's anything that they need to say to you in light of this current energy. Is there anything pile 2's person would like to say? What would they say regarding this current energy between them? I feel like I've been missing you my whole life. You're my lost paradise. I want to dance across eternity with you. I desire you deeply and eternally. So apparently all of the feelings that they have are coming out in these messages today. I want more with you one day. I think that's the clincher. Okay, so I've got to be real with you, pile 2. This reading may have come through a bit confusing for you, and I think it's because the energy of your person is often very muddled and confusing and contradictory or ambiguous, intentionally to keep you emotionally stuck, quite honestly. Card 60, collaboration. Say yes to exciting new opportunities and partnerships that are on the way to you now. So again, another card of unconditional love. I do think that there are going to be opportunities for you to reconnect with the world. Again, you're in very solitary, kind of withdrawn energy. You're not feeling up to your best self. This is about getting out there, back into the world, either collaborating, in creative projects with others, sharing with like-minded souls, maybe even joining a support group if that calls to you. But it's certainly guiding you with spirit saying, collaboration, that there's new exciting opportunities and partnerships ahead. That could be a reference to love for some of you, but for most of you, I think it's just about getting yourself back out there and starting to embrace, life again, and to overcome these energies of difficulty when you're, jeweled web. I almost think of it as like the web of lies or, just this person's grasp or grip that they have on you. You have to get out into the world to see things more clearly with a full, range of awareness. and assistance, support from others around you. Beacon of light, which is another number 9. You are a leader, teacher, and mentor for many people around you. So you can't lose sight of your own light, pile 2. This is a very difficult situation for you. It's very painful. But at the same time, I do think that you serve as an inspiration to others. This, could be a tie-in as to why you're collaborating or being guided to collaborate with others, is because you are a light worker or a leader or someone who could be best served by being out into the community and sharing your wisdom, your insights, your, pain and grief even with others. Again, joining a support group and sharing your experiences and stories, or making friends with others who have gone through similar, and supporting each other. Know that your power, know your worth, know that, in everything, conscious living, those healthy changes you have been meaning to make are imperative for you now. I think this is the biggest sign from spirit about how you can't get too caught up in what this person is doing, because as you see, this person doesn't want to give you much, but then the second that you pull away, they're ready to come through. It's almost like even with their energy here today, all of these feelings that they've been hiding the whole time, just at the very end, when it's like you're ready to release and let go, all of these feelings pour out. It feels slightly manipulative. That's my worry. So conscious living is about following through with your own path of divinity, of higher learning, of spiritual wisdom, of expansion and growth at the soul level. You know what's best for you, pile 2. You know what you need to be doing to get yourself back on track. It's not to stay kind of caught up in these energies with this person. Allow them to do what they need to do. And if at some point in the future they do present in a more, balanced and sincere, genuine sort of a way, then that's one thing. But if they're not doing that, this is not something that you need to continue to hang on to. Make those healthy changes you have been meaning to make. It's imperative for you now. I want to actually just ask, why is it imperative? Why? Clarify this conscious living card. Why is it imperative? What will be the result? Card 53. Align with your wholeness. You are not your illness, symptoms, or habits. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. So by making those changes, pile 2, you're going to get back to wholeness. You're going to reach alignment. It says your illness, symptoms, or habits. So this period of depression, anxiety, grief, pain, loss, disappointment, emotional upheaval, and imbalance, all of that will be corrected if you make those changes and you move away from this energy and just focus strictly on your own personal journey. The messages are what they are. I do believe that this person wants to come through to share with you, maybe at a deeper level, what they do feel or have experienced with you at some level in this connection. I feel like I've been missing you my whole life. You're my lost paradise. I do think that at some level, this person wishes that they were ready and that they were the type of person to commit, because they do see that you're a very worthwhile person. And I do feel that they dislike hurting you. I want to dance across eternity with you. I desire you deeply and internally. Again, there's just so much energy here of these really passionate, desirous energies. I think that at times this person gets this way with you, even though they mainly, I think, hold back and reserve a lot of their emotions and feelings. I think sometimes there's this outpouring. And again, it felt like it could be manipulative at times, but if nothing else, it's certainly indicative of somebody who, it's almost like a trauma response, is they're feeling a sense of abandonment, or they get triggered by the fact that you're moving forward, and that's what prompts them to act. They don't give freely of their emotions. They don't share equally in this connection with you at that emotional and intimate level. But I want more with you one day. This is, again, I think something that is absolutely true. They do wish they could have more with you. I sense that there was deeper feelings here amidst all of this energy, but let's just keep in mind, again, pile 2, we have to present with what is as well. We can be hopeful for the future, and I guess, keep your options open, be open to collaborating with others, to coming and stepping out into your light, knowing that you can kind of get your life back into balance, back on track. But you have to take things for face value of what they are. And this person right now is presenting in a very toxic, unhealthy energy that at a deeper level, that you're, intuiting through your connection to the divine and your own spirituality, that this just doesn't serve you. So as much as he may, they may feel as they do, it's important to just lean on your own guidance, connect with source. That relationship is most important of all, the relationship you have with self. You are source energy incarnate, and source is always there for you, is always making a way for you, and is always loving you unconditionally and supporting you. So hopefully pile 2, that reading was helpful. I know that was a very challenging message to hear today. I'm sending you so much loving, supportive energy, healing energy for you as you navigate through this difficult connection as it presents currently. If you have enjoyed the reading or if it's resonated with you, I would love for you to go ahead, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I hope to see you in a future reading. And until next time, pile 2, take really good care of yourself. Bye-bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Aeipathy, all this deep blue today. Aeipathy, crystal, and the midnight edition of the Lucine Tarot. Now today we're going to be taking a look at your connection with your person, but we're going to be doing things a little differently. So I've decided to take some inspiration from a few other videos I've been seeing on YouTube, and I'm going to do my version of taking a look at both your energy and that of your person, as well as the collective or shared energy between you, to get a good idea of what's going on presently in your connection. We're going to look at thoughts and feelings, what's shifting for you. We'll pull some guidance and some message cards as well. We'll start with the tarot. We'll pull some oracle, of course. We're going to get to all of the details for you. I also see that you can't always fully, be aware that I'm shuffling. You may hear it, but not see it, or it's slightly out of frame at times. That's just because of the way things are set up. But the benefit to how things are set up today is, if you have watched earlier videos, you'll notice I have more space today, which is wonderful. So hopefully we'll have more room, as we have with the other piles, to get out a good bit of cards for you and to really get an idea of what's going on in your current energy of the connection with your person. So to start, I'm pulling the Animal Messages cards. These are beautiful cards that I came across and was very drawn to them, and they're incredibly responsive, so I love them very, very much. Ooh. And as I say that, they fly out of my hands. Isn't that funny? So we're going to start with you, pile 3. What energy are you presently sitting in regarding your connection to your person? And while I'm pulling these cards as well, forgot to tell pile 2 this, but ready yourself, get into receiving mode and set that intention by breathing in and out, creating that stillness within, that you're open to receiving whatever messages are meant to come forward for you from Spirit today regarding your connection. And then choose a sign as well that obviously helps you to affirm that the messages are true and that you can take them in for you personally and regard them to your situation. Name, number, animal. We have animal cards coming, so it may be the animal you choose. Anything that is significant to you or to your connection. All right, so pile 3. What energy are you currently sitting in regarding the connection with your person? We have Ray Spirit. I will be adjusting these as I can. And for your person, pile 3's person and how they're showing up in the connection currently. We have Rhinoceros Spirit. This came out for the feminine energy or the viewer energy for pile 2. So these piles may be connected, although I'm hoping not so much, because that was a rough pile 2 today. Okay, let's go to the tarot. For pile 3, please, the viewer. What are their current emotional energy and feelings towards this connection with their person? We have the 5 of Cups, the Devil, and Transmute. Okay. And for pile 3's person, their current emotional energy and feelings towards the connection. We have Temperance, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Thoughts for pile 3, please. Thoughts for the viewer of pile 3. We have the 7 of Cups, Four of Wands, and the Three of Cups, and for pile three's person, their current thoughts regarding the connection. We have the High Priestess. We have the Four of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. For the collective shared energy between the two of you, I am using the Queen of the Five Elements Oracle. So shared emotions and feelings, please. We have home. That's lovely. And shared thoughts between these two relationships. Okay. So this is a slightly similar energy to pile two, but pile two was very rough and it was a different type of a person entirely. So different circumstances, but this is almost like the higher, more evolved state of pile two. Let's begin. Pile three, you are in Ray spirit, Ray energy, which says, counter malicious talk by casting its import from your mind. You know, what I can see here for you, pile three, is that there's been some type of betrayal, mistrust, perhaps harsh words spoken. Your person, and we'll get to them in a moment, is very much feeling the need to fix things, to make things right, to create and restore balance with this temperance energy. For you, we have the Five of Cups, and as emotions, this is disappointment, loss, grief, or pain. It's definitely a sense of emotional turmoil. It's not feeling, very positive about the connection, or at least not in the best energy in terms of where you're sitting in your heart space. We also have the Devil here, which could be an energy of, I'm feeling, again, it's pain. It could be even a little bit of, bitterness, or I don't want to say hatred. That's a very strong word. And the rest of the energy doesn't necessarily support that, but it's certainly a very angry and upset energy. And even as you're experiencing that range of emotions, you're in Ray spirit of counter the malicious talk by casting import from your mind. You're trying to transmute, and that's why this card has come out for you today. It's a card unique to this deck, and it does represent you attempting to turn this negative energy into something more positive, into, something that doesn't feel so hurtful. I'm hearing that doesn't have such a profound impact on you and on your spirit, because I do think in general you are a very happy, uplifted person, and you had a lot of hopes for this connection. There was a lot of good feeling, a lot of good energy exchanged, and then there was a sudden breakdown, and there's been a really strong disappointment or loss associated with how this person has treated you or shown up in the connection that you're attempting to move forward from and sort of create a rebalancing of sorts regarding this taking place. Your person is in Rhinoceros spirit energy, and this is still the chatter within to see your true path in life. This person is very anxious. They're feeling very unsettled, very, I'm hearing, disgusted or upset with themselves regarding how they've treated you. But, as I described in pile two, the Rhinoceros energy is one that has a very hard exterior. They look very scary, right? They've got this big horn. They've got this really tough skin. But underneath, could be someone who's very wise and very much in tune with their energy, with their self, and with themselves. And then at the same time, we've got this bird, which is a messenger of spirit, which is definitely a totem or a spiritual symbol. It may be even something you've asked for in this reading. But either way, it's representative of this person stilling the mind and connecting with source to see a way forward, to see their true path in life, where they need to go next in regards to this connection with you. Their feelings are very good. We have Temperance, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is the energy that they're presently sitting in. I do think it's possible there is a separation. Again, I'm also getting this from this card Home here, which, as a shared energy, is both beautiful and also melancholy-like to me. It's representative of feeling very at home, obviously, comfortable, at ease, peaceful with each other in your presence, but it also, look at her sense of longing as she looks at that house in the distance. So I do think that there's, if not a physical, there's definitely an emotional distance between you currently, although you very much desire and still have this sense of strong familiarity and peacefulness with each other. Is just currently a little bit out of balance. But this person, again, as they're taking time away from you, as they may be off in the distance with this Hanged Man energy, they're taking that time to step back and reflect, and they're focused on how they can rebalance both within this connection. And Eight of Pentacles, how they can show up for you and make right something that, you know, very much feels to be their doing, that they may have, you know, done wrong by you. The Eight of Pentacles is an energy of putting in that diligence, putting in that hard work, and focusing, you know, wanting to put you as their focus, and to start working on repairing whatever's been lost, or again, created a sadness within the confines of this connection, creating and restoring that sense of equilibrium and balance, and then sharing, once again, coming back together in this beautiful alchemy with that Temperance energy. For your thoughts, pile 3, we have the Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So I do think that your thoughts are focused very much on union, as are your persons. The shared energy is the relationships card. And I love that, because it tells me, once again, the shared energies, even though there's some difficulty between you currently in time and space, truly, you guys are always just as connected as you've always been. And you still have a very shared view of what you'd like to see in the future. For you, you're very much focused on daydreaming, on sorting through options, and of, you know, anticipating what it could look like in the future to come back together, to have this reunion energy with the Three of Cups, you know, this Four of Wands, a real relationship, moving things forward to the next level. I don't think everything got off the ground fully with this connection, or that it really ever got to manifest as what it could have been, you know, because there was, again, this disconnect, or this betrayal, this pain and loss as a result of your person. But I don't think you stay in that energy as much as you're feeling, you know, very slighted, or very, again, could be a betrayal or a rejection. You're just feeling a lot of pain, but you're working hard, pile 3, to transmute that and move on, move beyond it. And you're focused on, quite frankly, happiness, and on union, and on options, and the potential for this to, you know, go a different way. Your person, very similarly, you know, the High Priestess. So they're leaning into intuition. Again, they're stilling that chatter. They're tuning into spirit energy, and they are certainly very focused on how they can come back forward towards you. And when the timing is right to do that, they're all about leaning in now and understanding, you know, intuiting the best way forward. The Four of Swords tells me that this is simply just a temporary break. This person is not completely outright rejecting you, and they have no desire to move away from you permanently. Again, they're very much drawn and attached to your energy at a deeper level. This is simply just a mental break, if it were. You know, this is someone needing to take, again, that step back to reflect, and to come and understand better in their own emotional equilibrium the best way forward. They're very anxious right now still. That's what they're releasing, and they're leaning into intuition and understanding and faith of the universe. You know, and so they're making their way back, or they're hoping to make their way back to you, pile 3. It's just going to go a bit slowly with this Knight of Pentacles energy. This is somebody who, you know, is slow but steady. And all of these butterflies here, which could also have been a sign for you, is indicative of transformation. This person is evolving and changing with every day that they're away, or that they're, you know, focusing on their own journey right now. Just know, I mean, they're always focused on making their way back home to you. They're changing at every, you know, cell in their body, at every level, spiritually, physically. They're changing their life. Everything is evolving to become more than it is now, because they want to, again, do right by you, and to put in the work, and to have this communal union energy that you both are collectively focused on. That's very beautiful, pile 3. I'm already loving this energy. I find this to be incredibly encouraging, even in the midst of perhaps something that's not feeling the greatest for you right now. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards, shall we? What I have next, what should we pull next? Let's pull what's shifting. I think it's important for you, pile 3, to see what's shifting in your connection. As a result of these current energies coming out, what is shifting in the near future with this connection? Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay. That's too many. We're going to go ahead and redo that. If they're important, they'll come back out. Okay. So for pile 3, what is shifting in their connection? We have the Fool, a new beginning. Isn't that lovely? The Knight of Swords. The Six of Wands. And the Two of Cups. Oh my goodness. Okay, and clarifying these energies, we have the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, we have the Moon for that Knight of Swords. One more. And the Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. From the Shaman's Dream Oracle as well. Going to pull a few cards for your energy, the viewer, as well as your person. What is shifting? What is shifting for pile 3, please? Moon Maiden, New Beginnings, card 41, which reduces to 5. And Watchers, Transpersonal, card 60, reducing to 6. So you've got the energies of unconditional love and change and transformation here, pile 3. That's lovely. For your person, we have card 28, which of course reduces to 10, Hollow Bone, Teachability. And oh my goodness, Garden of Venus, Rest and Renewal, card 25, reducing to 7. So for your person's side, the numbers of completion, of moving through cycles, closing out cycles, the number of divinity, of spirit, leaning into that intuitive, sense once again, and the shared collective energy that's shifting for this connection, please. We had 2 come out. We have the Farther Gate, Bold Step Forward, card 55. And card 32, another number 5. Oops, excuse me. Jeweled Web, Connectivity. That also came out for pile 2. So some connections to pile 2, but very different energies overall. And we'll start there. Okay, so pile 3, what's shifting, honestly, is your person coming forward, your person gaining the strength and the awareness, the knowledge to ready themselves to come forward. Let's start here with this most beautiful card, okay? If you've asked for any symbols, we've got quite a few here. We've got all of these flowers presenting. We have this lovely heart energy right here, a hummingbird, butterflies. We have a fox that's laying down in the distance there. Lots of purple, indicative, of course, of the crown chakra, of that clarity and awareness of spirit. Again, being a card number 7 that reduces to as well. It's the number of divinity. Garden of Venus. This is, the planet of love. Rest and renewal. This person is gearing up to come back towards you. They're just taking the time to sort of straighten out life. Again, it's just a temporary pause with that 4 of Swords energy. They are readying themselves to come back. It's just taking a little bit of time. In the meantime, as they're away, card 28, Teachability, Hollow Bone. For me, this hollow bone is giving me the sensation that they're actually shedding a lot of what no longer serves them so that they can hollow themselves out and they can be teachable, that they can, be open to the possibilities and potential that exists in this connection. It's taking them some time to deprogram, if you will, and to, again, rest and restore and recalibrate. But this person is very much motivated to do so and to come forward. For you, pile 3, we have card 41, which is a number 5, and we have multiple number 5s here. We have 5 in this card. We have that reduces to a 5. We have 55. There's so many elements of change, of transformation, of higher learning here. Your person is learning, big lessons, big opportunities for growth and expansion right now, and so are you. Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. This is you leaning more into intuition and trusting more and to having that new beginning and knowing that it's possible. In the meantime, just observing. Watchers, Transpersonal, card 6. So this is leaning on, again, that trust, with spirit, with the universe, and just waiting and watching and knowing that things are going to change for you, that your person underneath the surface is evolving and changing. And pretty soon there's going to be, off in the distance there, the farther gate, the bold step forward. Even though everything looks a bit dark, or we think of stone and rock as immovable and unshakable, and that nothing's ever going to change. But imagine again, this rhinoceros spirit that your person is in looks very hard and cold on the exterior, but there's that intuitive sense of being guided by spirit. And here we have more signs of spirit coming through with this ray of light, this hopefulness, this optimism. There is going to be a bold new way forward. The farther gate, it's indicative that this is off in the distance. And again, this is another card 10 as well. So a cycle needs to close out and complete for your person, or for the two of you, before you can come back together. But once you do, there's going to be a change in this connection in a big way. What's shifting is jeweled web connectivity. So again, another reduced number 5 card, but definitely the energy of union coming through here, of a reconciliation, of things sort of cycling back together. We have the Fool energy as well, and it's clarified by the 4 of Cups, which is very interesting in this deck. It does not depict a rejection or someone being apathetic and bored, or refusal of sorts. This is someone who's completely meditative, who's very at peace, and who's still. Again, that's what your person is doing. They're in their stillness right now, and this person is reflecting simply before taking action. They're tuning into the energies of the moon. The moon is present here throughout your spread. And they're really readying themselves, again, to take action. They just need to know when and what right action that is. And I do think they're intuitively going to feel into that. And when that happens, that's going to be very swift. We have the Knight of Swords here. It's clarified by the 5 of Wands, as well as the Moon energy and the 10 of Cups. So I did so many clarifiers because I wanted to know exactly what this was referencing. And I do believe it's saying there's going to be a sudden sort of spark of inspiration. They're going to come out of this period of difficulty, of struggle, of feeling there's no right way forward. And instantly they're going to feel driven and motivated and ready to take on the challenge of coming through to the other side and pursuing this fulfillment, this happiness with you. They want success, and that's assured here with the 6 of Wands card, and it's clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. So you've got both 10s coming out for you. So many 10s, so many, concepts of completion, of cycles closing, and wonderful happiness being attained and achieved. We even have the 10 of Wands here for you, but it's clarifying the 2 of Cups, saying that they're going to be in this for the long haul. And even if there's some difficulty, they're going to push through, and they're going to see this through with you, pile 3. They're very eager and motivated to do so. Again, they want success. They see and know that that happiness, that ultimate fulfillment, that happy ending is possible with you. And eventually that is where your connection will be shifting. How exciting for you, pile 3. Probably the most encouraging pile of the day. I don't quite remember pile 1 as much, but this is certainly just a very, very beautiful pile. Loving this. And interesting for picking the darkest deck. That it's the latest in message. So let's go ahead and get some guidance for you, pile 3. What's the guidance for pile 3 to support themselves, their connection during this time? We have divine timing. This flew out. Card 6. What you are working on now is divinely guided. If you couldn't get a stronger indicator that things are working their way for you, pile 3. We have soul contracts. Card 13. Before you were born, you agreed to partake in specific experiences that assist in the evolution of your soul. Okay. And victim mentality, card 56. You are learning to understand that everything happens through you and not to you. I think this is more a lesson, honestly, for your person, but it could be a shared, mirrored element of expansion in your soul's journeys as well. And just because I've done this for all piles today, and I especially want to do this for you, let's go ahead and get some messages from your person. This is what your person would choose to say. What would pile 3's person choose to say in regards to how they're thinking, feeling, current energies that reside between them in this connection? I'm afraid if you touch me, you will destroy me. You're a very powerful person. Pile 3. This person knows this. They're still growing, and while they're still growing, they're a little bit intimidated. I always hope to have you in my life. I wasn't looking for this. I don't know how to deal with this. Let's do 2 more for you. Let's do 2 more instead of 1. Everything you've ever said to me, I've taken to heart. And I want to give you the world. Isn't that a wonderful card to end on? My goodness. Okay. So, pile 3, the guidance for you. First of all, trust. Trust that everything is moving through you and working out for you. You are not a victim. Neither is your person, and they're starting to understand this as well. I do think you may have talked to them about this, perhaps. You know, it certainly seems to be something that they're coming into enlightenment, into awareness in regards to. It's not something that is inherent to them. I do think that they very much have traditionally spent a lot of time in regret or feel very badly about a lot of things, including this situation, but almost from a place of, you know, there's nothing else I could do, and woe is me, and this is so horrible, and how do I change this energy? But it's important that you know sources, you know, giving you the guidance that this is changing for each of you. You're stepping out of this victim mentality, and you're understanding that life is working for you, and it's not happening to you, but through you. And you can trust with divine timing that everything is going to come back into balance as soon as it's ready to. Soul contracts, you know, before you were born, you agreed to partake in specific experiences that assist in the evolution of your soul. It's a card 13, which reduces to 4, the number of stability, of harmony, of partnerships, a happy home. I'm thinking again of the 4 of Wands. This is very soulmate-like energy to me, but this is also referencing again this idea that you signed up for this, pile 3. You don't have to be afraid. Everything is working out for you, but you have to know too, as part of this victim mentality card, you signed up for all of this before you came here. The contrast, the happiness, the joy, the positivity, you know, the pain, all of it, because it all presents opportunities for growth and expansion. And that's truly why we're here. You and your person are on very similar trajectories, very deep spiritual paths in which you're coming into awareness and realization and alignment with a lot of truths and a lot of different spiritual components that are necessary for you both to carry forward and eventually reconnect in union. So trust that everything is kind of working out behind the scenes. You have a soul contract with this person, but you also have a soul contract, obviously, for yourself that you created when you came here. And again, you do not have to be afraid. Everything is always working out for you, and it's working out in divine timing. You will have another opportunity with this person. Now, it's just not the time. Spirit is saying there's a lot of learning going on both sides, a lot of realignment and adjustments. But there will be the opportunity after a period of rest and renewal. Again, the Garden of Venus, where there's going to be a blossoming and an abundance again. For some of you, this may be springtime when you see or hear from this person again. In terms of what your person wants to say to you, I'm afraid if you touch me, you will destroy me. This person is very intimidated, again, by your divinity, your spirituality, your ability to transmute all of this pain. You know, this is not something that your person is very adept at this point, but they are getting there. Again, teachability. They are deprogramming a lot of things that they've, you know, consistently and throughout history have believed about their life or about their life path, about those around them. But, you know, their feelings for you, the way you conduct yourself, they just feel very, very intimidated by you. And yet they have such strong feelings. I hope to always have you in my life. Everything you've ever said to me, I've taken to heart, and I want to give you the world. They really do want to give you everything, and I think they want to be good enough for you. Again, with that 6 of Wands energy coming out, they want success. They want things to work out. Everything you've ever said to me, I've taken to heart. All of the things that you've shared, again, the happy memories, the conversations, you know, when they told you that they always hope to have you in their life, and I do believe they would have said some of these things, they did mean it. But at the same time, again, they weren't looking for this at the time that it came about, and they don't know how to deal with it. They weren't entirely ready. Again, you have to trust, pile 3, that divine timing is everything in this connection and in life in general. And I think that your person is starting to recognize this as well. And so they're readying themselves, and you need to ensure that you're ready also when the time comes for you guys to reconvene and come back into union. So pile 3, I so hope you've enjoyed this reading today. I hope that it's resonated and brought you some clarity and peace. Such a beautiful reading. If you have enjoyed the reading, I would love for you to like, share, subscribe, interact with the channel any way that you see fit. And in the meantime, I hope you take really good care of yourself, and I hope to see you in a future reading. Take care. Bye-bye.